What's up, you guys? I'm your girl, Daysha E.
And I'm your boy, Dante.
And we are back with another great episode of Culture or Clickbait, where we take the hottest headlines in music, sports, and entertainment, and we say whether it's for the culture
or simply just for clicks.
Yeah, my nails are very dainty today, so my click noise is not serving what it needs to, but granted, y'all know the vibes.
One day when I get a bell, we'll have it.
Yeah, did it. Been waiting on the bell for eons.
How you doing, Belladon, day to day?
I'm doing great. How are you in your boots on the ground?
I am good. See, if y'all don't know, I do have my boots on the ground today.
You do?
This was supposed to be my original outfit for the concert, but hey, you know, when you order stuff online, it comes late.
Yeah.
So I said I'm gonna wear it today in honor of the last day of Cowboy Carter.
Yeah.
Seeing that Cowboy Carter era and saga is going out the window pretty soon. I don't want to see no more of these going into the next few months. But get your rockstar gear together. Take this back to 2008 because we finna get right.
That's what you projecting. So you're saying right now that you feel like Beyonce's career trajectory is to go rock star.
Yep. Get your leopard prints, your leathers, and your little shears ready.
I can believe it.
Because she'd already been hitting it. So if you didn't notice, you know, if you believe in like the Beyonce theory, her last concert, the dancers were black hair.
Yeah.
The one before that, they was red.
Yeah.
And Renaissance.
And then
blonde.
then I know you said something with like how they was doing some of the formations.
Yes.
They was making out certain instruments.
The formations and the stage. So if you remember, Renaissance stage was a banjo.
Okay.
And then this stage was a guitar.
Okay.
So that says a lot.
Yeah, if you know,
in true Beyonce fashion. Now, what I actually also think is about to happen is Beyonce gonna go ahead and get this out here before her music gets leaked. Mm-hmm. If her music was ever stolen, we have no faces, no cases.
Yep. Allegedly.
My theory still stands on that too.
Yeah. Look, I ain't mad at it. I'm not. I believe it. I really could go for it now. Like more and more that I sit and think about it is like,
because the story just came and left.
It did, but granted, maybe the situation's handled, and that's why we're not hearing about it.
But really, nobody knows. Not one media outlet.
Who telling on Beyonce now?
They must have stuck them up.
Exactly.
It's a stick up.
Exactly. Nobody not telling on no Beyonce. They got the POP holding.
Beyonce say bang bang pew pew.
Literally in her boots.
Now, how was your weekend before we jump into things today?
A pretty good weekend. We wrapped up my final week at summer camp, working with my teens. So that was really fun. We had a great summer overall. Shout out to Atlanta Teen Leaders Academy. Very much. Yes, for all the people that ask me about what is this program and how do I get my kids in it? Yes. Find Atlanta Teen Leaders Academy on Instagram and spam, DM them, ask all the questions that you need to ask. Y'all can even ask me questions. I'll answer to the best of my abilities, or I will redirect you to the people with the answers. So, yes.
I actually enjoyed working with the teens this summer, actually.
Yeah, I love them people kids.
It was a little highlight.
I love them people kids. That's my favorite thing to say. Love them people kids.
Well, while you were enjoying your week of dancing with people kids, I was enjoying the week of going back and forth on TikTok and Instagram in the comments because somebody called themselves coming for Chloe Bailey and I had to stand up for my dog.
Not you was arguing with them people in the comments.
I did. I had to stand up for my dog because they were trying to say, like, she's not that good of an artist. I don't think that. I honestly said she's top 5 of this generation when it comes to singers.
Yeah.
And when I really think about her career, I feel like she didn't get a fair chance. I feel like a lot of people have focused on comparing her to Beyonce and comparing her to what she's not even saying the type of artist she is.
Yeah.
And y'all put that stigma on her instead of just appreciating who she is and her journey and let her grow into who she's supposed to be.
Yeah. She just has to find her footing. I think that I can agree on as far as like vocals, yes. Definitely one of the top 5 singers that's out for sure. I think that she just, had a run that probably wasn't that true to who she is. And then she's also kind of like corny, quirky, semi-sexy. So like she has to lean into that and figure out how that really works for her because that's actually who she is as a person for real. And once she does that, I think that she'll be able to turn around some of the critics' thought process on her and her as an artist.
I can agree.
So yeah, I'm here for Miss Chloe.
Come on, Miss Chloe. Now, as we hop into some more topics for this week. Now, Daysha, one of the things that I do want to jump into and talk about is Mr. Joe Budden. Now,
Yes.
if y'all don't know, Joe Budden is on the road to being a, $20 million millionaire?
Yeah, $20 million in revenue for the Joe
Budden
Network.
Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you ask me, I think that this is something good and big to talk about, only because of the reason that it shows you, one, how he came in podcasting before it was really like a thing, like trendy
10
thing.
years ago.
So he kind of started a whole little era of that, right? And now for him to consistently still be doing it today, and this is where his revenue is going, I think it's something to say about that.
Yeah.
One, when it comes down to ownership, because we all know that was one of the reasons why he left his previous show to begin with. He wanted to start something of his own that he owns, make money off of it, and he can have creative control. So first, that's the first thing to look at. But then also just the idea of consistency.
Yeah.
It didn't just happen overnight. So a lot of people who like jump in the podcast space feels like it's just gonna happen without time and time of work. Like, he has elevated the show almost every few eras of the show, and it's as long as it's been out.
Yeah,
so
literally.
it's good to see where it has gone, and like now where his revenue is going as well. So
yeah, and now
I love that.
Now he has an overall network, right?
Exactly.
Where he produces more than just his own podcast. He has a podcast with his girlfriend, fiance. I'm not sure what their status is, but there's multiple shows that fall under the Joe Budden Network. But they are 800 plus episodes in 10 years later, and just now really scratching the surface of creating revenue in the millions. You know, like, it takes time. And what I take from this...
He makes about like, what, $1 million per episode, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
What I take from this right now, well, $1 million a month.
Okay.
What I take from this as of now is, like, just keep working. Like, it's motivation for people like me and you who this show came about, 2.5 years ago, like 3 years ago almost at this point? Like 2?
Yeah.
2? Yeah, 2.
Close to 2.
So it's like, yeah, just keep working. Like, things actually do work out for you if you stay consistent. So it's just motivation, and I'm happy to see a black man winning, a black network winning, you know? So this is definitely major, and this is definitely for the culture for me.
This is definitely for the culture for me, all the way.
Now, while we talk about some things that's happening in the culture, we have to talk about the fact that Glorilla was arrested and is facing charges for felony drug possession. And this all came about after her house was burglarized by 3 alleged people. And she called the police to notify them that her house had been broken into. Upon their arrival to the house, they decided to, search the home and do all of their due diligence that they're supposed to do. And they found some marijuana in Glorilla's closet. And they arrested my girl.
And you know what I have to say about that? Because I think it's really stupid. Now,
It
also,
is.
let me start by saying this. It is Forsyth County. So anybody who's familiar with Georgia, Atlanta, Forsyth County, let's start there.
Georgia and the weed law in general.
Now, she's the victim. She calls the police.
Yep.
You go to her house, you investigate, and then she's the one end up in jail before the actual person that actually robbed her house while her family was there.
That's insane.
Like, that don't even make sense, Forsyth County Police Department.
Yeah, how we know that the people that burglarized the house didn't put it there?
Talking about they smelled it and they had to investigate the smell, and when they found the drugs, they felt they had to do what they were supposed to do. Even though she's a victim, they still have laws that they have to abide by. Now, can we also go on record saying that the drugs that they found was not even enough to say intent to sell?
Yeah. Obviously, she smoked it. Look at the damn mugshot.
So it's like, still, if y'all wanted to take her to jail for that, we could have came back to that conversation.
Yeah.
Let's find what we was here to
focus
do.
on the goal.
And then go back. But also that shows a bigger problem, and it shows what's actually wrong with the justice system and the police departments now. You do your fucking job.
And I mean that one could argue that this was them doing their job. They end up with a 2-for-1 type of situation by stumbling across the drugs in her house. But again,
But was it
back
that? It's like petty.
Yeah, but back to what we were saying in general, how we know that the people who burglarized the home aren't the people who planted those drugs in there. Like, we don't know what their intentions were. You know what I'm saying? So this is truly one of those things where it's like, again, focus on the reason why y'all were called. And like you said, once y'all get some suspects or whatever the case may be, go ahead and pull up on Glow and say, hey, well, Miss Gloria Hallelujah, we definitely found some drugs in your home as well. So we got to pick you up and take you in. Now, granted, Glow did get out on bond. It was a $22,000 bond. So she is good and gone up out of there. Y'all know, I'm almost sure she probably didn't sit longer than 5 minutes, to be honest. Upon the booking, she was right up out of there. Now, I'm sure we'll probably hear more in reference to this situation. Granted, it's still unfolding. We don't know who allegedly had something to do with the break-in, and we also do not know what Glow's future hold in reference to these charges, other than some fines, maybe a little probation, maybe, some drug classes or some shit. We don't know, but we will find out.
My girl was over there trying to enjoy her freaking performance. So
That's it. She was in Indianapolis. She wasn't even there. She wasn't even there. She probably had to come back home because of the situation, just to
get locked up.
Insane.
Now, if you ask me, this is not for the culture. I would say this is clickbait, and it's clickbait on the standpoint of the police department of Forsyth County.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna say this is for the culture. This is for the culture, not Glow being arrested, but this is for the culture of, y'all,
I feel like they were trying to
have a better plan, bro.
I feel like they was trying to make a point.
Have a better plan. We know that they're trying to make a point. How many people do we need them to make a point about before we realize, like, oh yeah, I ain't gonna hold y'all. I know I called the police over there, but y'all, it's a sack in the closet. Move it. Like, be smart is why I would say that this is for the culture, because again, you are a rapper, you are a high profile person. And as we know right now, it is at an all-time high that authorities are taking down people who feel like they are bigger than the program.
So you think she shouldn't have called the police?
No, she should have called the police, but she should have called the house and said, hey, I got some work inside the closet. Y'all do something with that now.
Do that first before they get there.
Move it before. Exactly. Like, you can call the police. She did exactly what she was supposed to do.
I guess she didn't think they was going to investigate her closet.
No, I'm sure she didn't think that, but if it was a burglary, then they got to check to see what's missing around the house. So naturally, they finna be in your space. Naturally, you know anything is up for grabs, and naturally, you know you're a high-profile person. So let's take the precautions. Let's think of thyself as high-profile, and like take the certain steps. Like, I would have damn sure made a phone call and say, "Hey, yo, auntie, their closet cleared out." Seriously. So I'm gonna say this is for the culture, because make better decisions or see the plan through.
Well,
that's it.
Talking about seeing a plan through, my girl Taylor Rooks just recently gave a bombshell to the internet that she is married to Mr. Sean Fowler. Now, if you guys didn't know, in a cryptic post, not even cryptic, she just came out and said it.
Yeah.
I'm married. Now,
basically,
I want to say something about this situation though, all right? I feel as though it's kind of I'm looking at how people kind of came to her defense. And when I say defense, not in a bad way, more so like just, ooh, yay, Taylor Rooks.
Yeah.
They came to her when she got married in such excitement, right? Now, if roles were reversed and this was a black man who married a white woman, it would be totally different. The first sign of defense would have been, oh, he married a white woman. Switch out, blah, 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 blah. It would be a whole thing. For me, it opens up a more broader conversation about the unfair two-facedness of the culture that we have that says men can't date white women, and it's looked down on when we do it. And I'm gonna tell you why I feel that way. It's almost like a double standard.
It is.
The double standard says when black successful women date white men, it's an upgrade. When black men date white women, it's not an upgrade, it's a switch out. He's a black woman hater. He don't like black women. He don't like the culture of black women. Black women ain't good enough. Black women not submissive enough. There's a whole line of conversations after that.
I'm just gonna say here to this situation that love wins. Focus on another union has been created before we focus on the race of the two people.
I mean, and I have no problem with it.
Now, granted, is there truth to what you're saying? 1,000% is truth, because if there was a black man who just married a white woman, the internet would probably be up in flames, honestly. So, I think it's safe enough to say go blow a comments up if that's how y'all feel. Because if it was a black man, y'all would be on him like white on rice, no pun intended. So, with that being said, it's like, just have at her. Sorry, Taylor. They got to take you out.
But see, they not doing it though. And
it might be somebody in there somewhere.
I mean, for me, that's the whole thing. Like, I'm not mad at her marrying a white man. So Taylor Rooks, don't think that. What I'm basically saying, though, I don't like how people reacted to it. Their reaction was in a way of, okay, we like this.
Yeah.
We like this for you, girl. Turn up. You won. City girls up 1,000.
I think, wow, Taylor is not a city girl, but she's one of our good sis. I don't think that she's a city girl. And
I'm waiting for the comment that say a nigga in boots talking about black women. I'm waiting for the comment to come. Somebody slide and have boot in your neck.
A nigga in boots is real. This is exactly what you like. I'm sorry.
Because I know the comment coming.
Look, this is the thing. Taylor probably popped out the way that she popped out just because of people like you. There's word about her marrying that white man. And now, before we get, away from the topic at hand, which is love wins again.
Love always wins. I support
Love wins again. We have to talk about, that's probably the reason why she decided that she's only gonna have one conversation in reference to her relationship and her wedding. And she said that she's gonna sit down and have this conversation with GQ, and she will not be talking about it no more. But she probably felt like that because she knows that is probably the thought process of a lot of people. Like, why did this have to be where you landed for your marriage? But at the same time, again, we go back to love wins. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Taylor. Shout out to Shane. That's his name, Shane? Sean
Fowler.
Sean Fowler. Shout out to Mr. Fowler. And anybody that's interested in finding out more about where their relationship began, Harvard Law.
Go to GQ.com.
Or anything, basically. Because that girl said she's not going to go back and forth with y'all, no comments about no man that she decided to marry. At least she got a husband. What do you got?
And once again, I'm here for her getting married, and I love it. I just want for people, next time we see one of my black brothers hop out with his white snow bunny, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing. Because we going skiing in that bitch.
This is crazy. Wow. I guess, whatever. I'm going to complain.
And I know I'm going to get chewed out, but I don't.
Now, is this for the culture or is this clickbait?
Honestly, I think it's clickbait.
Yeah. I'll give it clickbait. Cool, you go with clickbait. I'm gonna tell you why it's for the culture. I'm on your ass today. The reason this is for the culture is because I'm very much here for the hard launch after getting married. It's very much giving, I wasn't finna let y'all too much in my business. I had to secure the man, had to secure the ring, make sure this whole situation works. Then we're gonna pop out, we're gonna show you guys, and then we're gonna go back inside. I'm gonna talk to one group of people, one exclusive group of people about this situation. And after I talk about it and clear the room one time, I don't wanna talk about it no more. That's some real black girl magic.
I ain't gonna lie, that's some gangster shit.
That is.
That's some gangster shit.
It really is. Like, y'all got to pick up everything that y'all can get from GQ.
My dog walked out the door and said,
Well, who the fuck said that? Well, we do be saying that. Let me shut up before I have a different season and be like, let me out loud. So I'm a subject, opinion, what?
Opinions are subject to change. Just know my dog Taylor walked out the door and say, oh, comment, pew, comment, pew, comment, pew. Shut all of them down.
Yeah.
And she went back in the house on her ass.
I'm so full of shit, I couldn't even get the quote out. Whatever. Now, y'all, while we talk about other things that's of the culture, we have to talk about E! News, who has now been canceled and will premiere their last episode on September 25th. boy, you better care that much. You really better care. Now, y'all, granted, E-News has been around for over 3 decades, 32 years to be exact, but they are currently in transition. So they're basically moving on to more of a social platform and digital platform type of situation to better service their audience. So I don't know if you guys remember, but back when the pandemic happened, E-News was moved to an 11 p.m. time frame. And we all know once you get pushed to the later times in the evening or late at night, you're pretty much kind of working your way out of the room. So fast forward, and now we have E-News who has announced that they will be canceled.
I think for the sake of E-News, this is honestly is not a bad idea, especially because seeing after COVID, they was put to that late night slot. They already knew that what was getting ready to happen, they was going out the door. And I think what was really happening too is that the company needed to see, one, are people going to miss it?
Yep.
And then two, how can we save dollars but still stay relevant? Go digital. And it makes sense to go digital because right now, people's time, attention span is so short. They need quick hits, quick moments, and they need it in real time.
Yeah.
So by the time we see an E-News, the news is over.
Yeah.
You
For
know,
sure.
That's why even if you know, even the regular news stations, it has came to a point where it's almost showing like almost every hour on the hour now.
Yeah, they have to stay as relevant as possible. And
then you go to their social media pages, they constantly update it.
And by going digital and being on social platforms, all you have to do is a simple upload, a simple carousel, a simple image drop, a simple video that somebody just sent to y'all to kind of like give you exclusive look at something. But you can turn that stuff around so much quicker, which will probably put them back as one of the main sources to get your news from. So though this sounds like something that's kind of like, oh, E-News, it's also them making the right decision and pivoting the way that they should to like basically last in the industry that they're in. So I think that though the idea of them being canceled sounds terrible, I think it is a cultural move.
I do think this is definitely for the culture. Shoot, if you're not careful enough, we're going to see really soon a lot of companies, especially news stations, going fully digital. Yeah. Or they're going to find another way to integrate. So, but it's definitely for the culture for me. Now, some other things that are for the culture, that things came out, that's that South Florida in me.
Dang.
That tongue. Now, some other things that are for the culture is Mr. Da Vinci. Now, if you don't know who Da Vinci is, he is the actor from the BMF show.
Yeah, Terry.
He sat down with Stepping Into The Shaderoom's host, and they talked about a few different topics. Now, one of the topics that stood out to me, though, he talked about the ideas of relationships and social media. And he was asked, you know, how do you feel? Is it a red flag, green flag, whatever, about relationships where couples post each other on social media? He says in his idea, it's a green flag if they don't. Now, reason being, and he gave an example, if I've been in 30 plus relationships before I met you, and now I meet you, and you've noticed all of those relationships on social media, and now I come into this relationship with you and I do the same thing. One, what makes you any different? But then also, two, like, is there anything for us, right? You know, just sacred to the relationship at that point? Yeah. Or is it all for show? Now, if you ask me, I agree with the whole statement. Yeah. And the reason I agree with it is because I feel like, especially with social media now, especially this day and age, there's a false sense of happiness that goes on with couples on social media. Yeah. Everybody only posts the good times, which is naturally so. I'm not saying it's bad. Everybody only posts the good times on social media just for the likes, the clicks, and the glamour of it all. Yeah. But then when you get behind those closed doors, it could be arguments every night. Yeah. You know, or we might not be seeing eye to eye. I don't personally feel like I want to play that game. And I've never been that way, actually. I don't post my relationships on social media. Yeah. Now, if you're in my close store, you might be able to lucky to see something. Yeah. Or if there's a special moment that happens in my relationship, maybe. But other than that, for the sake of flaunting the relationship every day, oh, me and my baby, it's not gonna happen.
Not flaunting it every day. I'm definitely a person who has posted my relationships online. Just about all of them. But I did realize at one point that, like, and it took a while. It took a while for me to get old enough. Like, I got old enough and I realized, like, what you posting it for? Like, all that matters is the experience that you and your partner share with each other. It does not have to be put on display for the world. I'm heavy on a Taylor Rooks move at this point, like pop out once engaged or pop out with the wedding video, the announcement video, just showing what the vibes is at this point. And then I like a little soft launch, a little medium launch, you know what I'm saying? Every now and again, I think that that's very cutesy, very like, hey, I see you seeing me see you, yeah. We go together. So, like, that'd be cute, but...
Now, I'm going to tell you this, too. I think it applies... There's, different strokes for different folks, right?
Yeah.
I think in the eyes of marriage, that is a little different.
Yeah.
I can see a married couple doing that. And it doesn't have to always be for optics when they're married.
Yeah.
Because we are a union now. I don't see it for casual relationships.
I just don't see it for none of it, whether married or casual, because once your aesthetic becomes that...
That's what it is.
Then that's so mid and so boring. Like, you are a individual and you got people who follow you because of who you were prior to you being a mom or prior to you being married or prior to all of those things. And granted, those new things are a part of who you are, but it should not be all of who you are and it should not be all of what we see.
Now she asked the question, does it make a difference if they're high profile or they're regular people?
Yeah, I'm sure they play a difference in some of it, but it kind of.
I honestly feel like the more high profile you are, and I could be wrong, but and this goes once again, I'm thinking from the idea of casual relationships, not marriages. I think from a casual standpoint, if you're high profile, I probably definitely would keep my relationship out of the public eye.
Yeah,
because there's already too much moving parts with your career going on. Yeah. Don't let the relationship stand in the way of that. Yeah. Now, once again, when you locked in with a person and y'all locked in, like how my dog Coco just popped out with a ring.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. And it's not like she's been secret either. Coco let the paparazzi catch her.
Yeah.
We've seen her show up to movie premieres and things like that with her man. Mm-hmm. But she never posted it. He never posted it.
Yeah,
until they got the ring.
For sure.
So it's like you're private but public all at the same time.
For sure. Now, while we talk about some relationship things in reference to this particular topic, now Da Vinci also was asked about people that he would possibly, entertain, or deal with. And a couple of names came up, like Young Miami, Saweetie, and Lori Harvey. And he basically said that they are busy and they got a lot on their plate. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, that was the most pleasant way possible to say that a lot of the industry girls are ran through without being disrespectful or direct. Now, granted, I do think that when he had the whole, it's so many sweeties, I don't know which sweetie you're talking about. I can agree with him in reference to that type of stuff because it is so many people in the industry. Sometimes you kind of pass and go with people. Sometimes you actually meet people. Sometimes you don't meet people. So I think that you can be amongst the industry and still not be aware of who all of these different people are for real. You just coming in, getting the job done, going on the red carpet, smiling and waving, taking pictures with whoever you're taking pictures with and getting up out of the room. Mm-hmm. So I see how it's possible for him to not know who Sweetie is. So I don't think that he was trying to be shady, but I do think that upon all the names that was listed to him saying that they chose the busiest women in the world and the women with stuff on their plate, but then saying that he'll risk it all for Oprah and Angela Bassett, who are equally as busy. I think he just saying, y'all girls ran through. I think
my dog say he a city boy and he know where the real bag at.
That's crazy. That's insane. Now, as well, in this interview, he talked about being of Haitian culture, his faith, wanting to have about 10 kids, his career trajectory, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So this was a really cute interview, and I think it was themed and called Chill and BMF. Mm-hmm. So that was really cutesy, and I'm pretty much here for a lot of the things that Da Vinci had to say. It's given very classic island man who don't want a woman that's too busy or got too much going on in her life too in the forefront. And that works for some people. It really does. And I don't have a problem with this interview. I don't think this interview is for the culture though. I definitely would give it clickbait, but it's good clickbait. It's clickbait so we could find out a little bit more about the mystery man, Mr. Da Vinci, that all the ladies love to look at.
This one, I would definitely say this was a clickbait conversation, but not in a bad way. You know, any interview that Da Vinci does, I actually enjoy it because he actually does really good interviews. So if y'all never saw a Da Vinci interview, go watch. He's always has something interesting to talk about or say. And because I've seen some of his other interviews, I know the things that he's saying about like how he moves is not
real.
fake.
Yeah.
He's been saying that for a very long time.
He's very out of the way, but in the mix at the same time.
Like you really only see him pop out in interviews and at work.
Public figure with a private lifestyle. We love to see it.
Who want 20 kids?
Basically. Now, you guys, there is a lot going on the internet right now, but one of the things that's buzzing the most is the T app and how the T app has recently got hacked. So city boys are up by 1,000 because all the ladies that thought that they were on this app spreading all the tea about who's messing with who, sleeping with who, been with who, and got going on where. Now, all of y'all driver's license information with your address and everything on it is leaked. And that's why your ass shouldn't have been on that app to begin with, because that's some lame girl shit.
Prepare to be sick of me. Because I said that's some corny bitch shit.
It is. Like, why is you even on there, sister? Like, the thing is, if he ran through, you would see that he ran through from his habits and the way that he moved. It don't take that much. You don't need a girl to girl, a Shirley the barber moment with no girls on no app to figure out if a man is like up your alley.
Or even worse,
to do.
half the shit that y'all see on that app about the nigga ain't gonna make you leave the nigga. You going back.
Y'all actually getting niggas more hoes. Let's be clear.
Let's be honest.
Like this is not really working in the angle that you guys think that this is working. It's very much given, well, let me go see who I could finesse out of whatever. And now niggas done caught more bodies.
And it's like how we talk about, once again, a double standard. Now, this is a double standard that I feel like is real, but it's also the truth. If a man did that to y'all, it would go left.
Yeah.
Like, y'all not gonna get no new bodies off that. You might get some niggas that will fuck, but you ain't getting no new bodies of nobody wanna marry you.
Yeah.
But y'all putting that in that group about these men, no matter how bad it might be, by the way.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, if a woman finds him attractive enough or feels like, well, she got the good cooch that can change his mind.
Yeah, she might feel like
she's gonna run over
him.
there because she like, well, all of y'all over here talking shit about him. I'm gonna go find out if the shit real. Because he got y'all going crazy for something.
And honestly, different people have different experiences, right? So it may be 5 of y'all online talking about how he wasn't this or that, or he ain't opened my door, he ain't this, he got X amount of baby mamas, blah, 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 blah. He land on the 6th lady, and now the 6th lady got him doing shit that the first 5 couldn't get him to do. It just genuinely doesn't really make sense to me about this app for real. But I mean, I guess it's furthering the whole idea of gender wars and moving us further and further away of creating family dynamics. And guess who the ones that's falling for it? Niggas. Nigga women, niggas. It don't make sense. Y'all need to focus.
I just feel like women, this app, and you know, I don't want y'all to be mad at me, but I'm sure y'all will. And like 65% of my followers are women, so I know they're gonna be mad at me. But I'm gonna say it because this is for y'all, my sisters. I'm talking to y'all.
What you got to tell us, Dante?
How do I say this? That behavior is not conducive to the women that y'all want to be or you try to portray to be, right? A woman who's happy in who she is, stands up strong, you know, regardless whether a relationship works out with a man or not, that's not the kind of behavior she's exuding.
Yeah.
She's not involving herself in meaningless, purposeless gossip about men she's dated. If anything, no matter what kind of guy that was, she's not putting it in no group on no site, because it also says a lot about your ability to make decisions, not so much about the man. It says you are bad at choosing the right man, which means a man who is of substance might not want to talk to you just because you have bad luck with chasing men.
Yeah, and just airing people out in general is just like a big double loser, double L.
It's like loser mentality.
Situation. Like, bro, you win some, you lose some, but you live. You live to fight another day. At least you can get back out there and you could try to find something that actually works for you. So granted, I think that this right here is some clickbait, but some clickbait that's gonna, I'm not gonna lie, result in further gender war shit. And yeah, I think we will definitely be hearing more in reference to this app. And who knows, the guys may come up with their own app where they air the ladies out. And girls, I hope y'all is ready, because let's be clear, women could be equally as ran through and have some of the same problems as men can have, because some of it just simply boiled down to character flaws and simple human issues. So.
Amen to that. If you ask me, this is for the culture.
Ooh. You're a city boy, that's why. You happy.
That's definitely for the culture for me.
I bet.
Now, if you add, there's some other stuff that's going on. My girl Claressa Sheilds is shaking, as my dog called it on the internet.
Shaking. It's shaking.
Now, what's some stuff that happening with Claressa, Daysha?
Yes, so she recently just won her fight, and she maintains her title as the heavyweight champion. So we love that for her. But my girl also declared that she has the $15 million to get Layla Ali to get in the ring with her. So this is hopefully something that we may get into or may not, because per Claressa, we have not had a response from Layla and or her team. But Layla did issue a statement saying, like, in order for me to fight somebody like that, y'all gonna have to give me about 15, 20 mil. So she made sure she did her part.
My money on
and
Layla.
Just waiting to hear back on it. Now, granted, I ain't gonna lie. I feel like Claressa might give her a run for her money, like how we saw the Tyson situation. But granted, I think that it will be like a fight worth seeing, the same way the Tyson fight was worth seeing. And right now, her record is 17-0. And she got 3 KOs. So, I mean, let's see. I feel like everybody put your big girl pants on and put your boxing gloves on and get out there and get in the ring now. Don't be tearing up Layla's face. Now she's pretty and we ain't got time for that. Now you be nice out there, but y'all get out there and y'all duke it out like two fighters would. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited to see what happens with this. I can say that her win is definitely for the culture. And Mr. Who you got your money on, Remy or Claressa? If you don't get the fuck up out of here.
Claressa, Remy, get in the box. Get in the ring.
That girl gonna knock Remy ass out how they knocked Martin out in the episode where he was boxing.
With the knot?
Yeah, up and through there. She finna take Remy up and through that motherfucker. And you keep
Up and through there.
You keep thinking that just because Remy served some time, she know how to box. She probably ain't have to fight. Nah, girl, when she was in jail the whole time, she probably ran the place. Ain't have to lay a lick. Just because you could shoot don't mean you could fight.
Well, so, Remy, if shooting is your thing, you better shoot.
She ain't gonna have no... Oh. She not gonna have no choice but to shoot her. Oh my God. Don't shoot that lady. This not nice.
If you ask me, this is for the culture though.
Is it really?
Good job, Claressa.
This is for the culture. Look, I had to sit here and think about it. I'm like, is it really? This is for the culture for sure. We love.
And I definitely want to see her and Tatiana Ali fight.
Who the fuck is Tatiana Ali, nigga? Layla.
Layla, God. I'm thinking about.
Oh my God.
I'm so sorry, Layla Ali.
This is crazy.
You know what I meant.
This is for the culture.
It's for the culture. We here. We the culture. Now, while we talk about other new things for the culture, we got some new music coming out.
Yes, and we have to talk about Chris Brown and Bryson Till's new song.
Christopher Maurice Brown to the front.
We love it. Like, what is it called again?
It depends.
It depends. Look, I ain't even remember the name because I'm just in love with the song. And I'm not gonna lie, what made y'all call it Depends? Now, granted, I heard you say it depends multiple times, you know what I'm saying, throughout it, but Chris, I don't know about the name, but I'm here for the song.
I would have rather Right I Will.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
A Freaky Right.
Freak something. But it depends. That's why it didn't register in my mind. But the TikTok.
It go lit.
Yeah. Ooh, right. Dante cannot get that part right. So when y'all see on TikTok, just know Dante just started doing whatever the fuck he wanted to do in that little ride part because he could not get it together.
I went ahead and finessed it, a little razzle dazzle.
Yes. Now, y'all, what I love about this is, one, Chris is on tour, so, this is organic music that's happening in real time, where he kind of just like vibing with the people that's on his tour, and we know that Bryson is on the tour as well, and we got a really dope song out of it with an Usher sample, you know what I'm saying? So this is giving us the vibes that we need to feel, and I like how they turned it into like a vibe, like a little jukey type situation. Like, it's not extra lovey-dovey. It's kind of something that can get played in the club. Like, it's something that can get played in the lounge. It can be played pretty much anywhere. But I hope that it gets played on this tour.
Yeah, you better perform it in Miami.
Because I'm ready to do the TikTok.
You gonna do it in the audience?
I am. I'm gonna scream my life away and I'm gonna do the TikTok. Because Chris, we love you.
Now, y'all know who else I love who just had some new music? My girl, Mariah Carey. Mariah the Carey to the front.
Yeah.
Mariah the Carey just came out with a new single called Sweet Sugar featuring Kehlani and Sheensea.
Yeah.
Now, this song is actually pretty decent, but Mariah Carey, come on now, what's with the monotone?
Yeah.
Is this like your new thing? If it is, I'm okay with it. If just tell us. So we know that this is where we going in your new season. I don't just want to assume you just singing like that because you ain't mean to, or you were sick, you had a cold, sinusitis going around. So I don't know. But what I will say, the words though, the lyrics, I got you. It was lit. Yes.
So I think the construction of the song overall was like really good. I was a little taken back upon listening to it when I heard Mariah's sound. It's like Mariah getting in her Glorilla bag. And I don't really know how I feel about that. But I do feel like Mariah is somebody that we have to give a little grace and leeway to, because she has worked her vocal cords to their max capacity. Yeah. So this is one of those things where it's like, I sort of kind of get it. My girl is giving y'all what she could give y'all when she could give it to y'all. Now, I gave y'all two other really good, artists and vocalists who could get on the track, because, Sheensea know how to sing and she know how to rap. And then you got Kehlani, who has like her melodic feel, but then she also sings too. So I feel like Mariah is like, I gave y'all the vibes that I needed to give y'all. I'm just jumping in the mix to let y'all know I still got it. This is also following her other single that she released not too long ago. I can't remember the name of it.
Type Dangerous.
Yes.
Came in the phone, jumped in, and
that's very very Mimi coded. That first song, very Mimi coded. So I think that this is good for Mariah. She just showing the girls that she can still get in the mix pretty much. And I ain't mad at it. Okay.
I mean, Mariah, you can put out a whistle album and I'm going to listen, because we just love you that much. And when I say whistle, I'm not talking about your whistle tones, not not that. I'm talking about you literally whistling on the whole album. I'll listen. Yeah. Put me to sleep.
Hello, you call it therapy music and boom, you got an album. Andre 3000 did it.
Call it Sweet Whistles.
See what I'm saying? Mimi, the sounds of Mimi.
Soundtrack to your sleep.
I love that. Now, I'm going to say that this right here is definitely for the culture. It's for the culture of like the Jamaican girls vibe. It's for the culture of like the melodic music. It's for the culture of Mariah Carey mashing up with some of the new girlies. You know what I'm saying? They got a little skin in the game. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that this is just like completely of the culture. We love a good 3-girl mashup situation.
I love it. Now, who else has some new music?
Now, we also have Tyler and Wizkid, who put out a new track called Dynamite.
Dynamite.
Yes, and this is giving very islandy feels, very YNOA spawn, all that good stuff. And I'm here for this too. I feel like we haven't heard Tyler in a little second.
Tyler, she's been coming out with like singles here and there.
Has she?
Yeah.
I missed them.
Now, what's good about this though is that this is an EP actually. So this is one of the songs on the EP.
Okay.
And here's what I feel about her EP. I feel like she put out the EP only to let people know, no, I'm not just make me sweat, make me water.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit more than that, because they tried to say that all her stuff sounds the same. But but I do say this, right? When it comes to her sounding the same, she is a Caribbean, Afrobeats artist. So typically, a lot of the undertones of instruments typically do sound the same.
Isn't it how you say it? B.
Now I can't say it. Don't give me the
butchering it, Lord.
Because I know what you're saying, but I can't get it out, so I ain't even gonna trap.
But yeah, she's the African artist, so she's going to have like that similar feel.
Yeah, most of the music is gonna sound the same.
But I second the notion of a lot of her stuff has started to sound pretty similar. After thinking about what it sounded like to listen to her album, it almost sounded like one big song. So I understand that, but we do have to give new artists like that a little grace because she just coming out. So like you know, people tend to ride the wave of what is working for them, and then they kind of develop and flourish into other areas. So I think that this is good for Tyler. Granted, matching up with Wizkid still keep her in the same pocket. So she's staying true to herself and her culture, which is why she makes music, but she's adding a different flair and feel to it.
Right, because it definitely did sound different.
It did.
It's not too far left from her usual stuff, but it's also not all the same cadence.
Yeah.
Like you can tell she's experimenting with this.
Yeah.
Like she even has one on there called Mr. Media. And I even like that, but it's like, it's experimental. So you can tell this album was meant for that, so she can figure out where do she go next. But this is what I mean about enjoying an artist's journey.
Yeah.
We get to see them experiment, because now when we hear her next batch of music, because that's why this is an EP, it's an experiment.
Yeah.
So when we hear her album, it's more than likely gonna sound different than the album that she originally put out. Because now she's testing out new things, and she's letting the fans kind of go to what they like. So I like it. Now, somebody else who got some new music, we got 4 Bats and Wizkid. I mean, not Wizkid, 4 Bats and Sexxy Red. Where you at?
Man.
This song's stupid. But I love 4 Bats enough to say that I rock with it.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I do not rock with it. And I genuinely want everybody to take Sexxy Red off of all features right now. She is not really serving, giving, delivering, or putting down what need to be put down on these features. She went on Justin Bieber album and she played in the studio with that, and then she followed up and she went over to 4 Bats and said, hey, what's up? Let me get on here. And y'all playing in people's face. Y'all playing in people's face, and I don't like that. And I like Sexy Red. I just don't think Sexy Red is doing good at her features right now. And she got to do something, because if she not gonna release none of her own original music, which it gives this, I feel like I'm Raven Simone and I'm having a vision and I can see into the future. I can see into the future. And let me tell y'all what's happening. Sexy Red is trying to find her footing, because what she came out as is probably not what she wants to continue to fully be. I think that she is morphing right now, and she is trying to figure out what's next for her, because she was one of those people that was the instant sensation, somebody that just kind of popped quickly to us. And she had like that social media run where her music was very trendy at the time. And I think that now she's trying to figure out a way to sustain herself and come up with music that can have some type of longevity, as well as still have like that party feel and that bop feel. But she's not doing a good job with it. And I feel like this is what happens when artists are underdeveloped. She truly needs real development. She needs a real team, and she needs like real backing.
Yeah.
Truly, like she needs to be somebody that goes to writing camp. Like you need to go sit at writing camp, genuinely, whether you're being paid to be there or not being paid to be there, because it's going to develop your skill. Because I think that she has what it takes. She has that authenticity and that wow factor to actually be somebody in this industry, but it don't give that no real work is being put in place. They letting Sexy go with the flow of what she feel, and that shit ain't working. And
I think the bad part about that is something that we talked about a while back, especially when it comes down to new music and new artists. Right now, and not especially with her, when it came to her run, you know, she had a big record, and then right after that, they just went to dropping stuff like back to back to keep her relevant, and then to also keep her in the people's face. And then after that, you know, she basically went on tour, so she had enough of a catalog out there to go on tour with. And then now it basically fizzled out, and there's nothing, right? So the catalog wasn't even big enough to sustain after that is done. Plus, I'm an advocate of make enough music so yes, you can go on tour, but now also have your follow-up. So when that died down, how do we pull the next trigger?
Yeah.
And just like you said, I think they're battling of what's next, because the era that she came out in, the type of music that she was making at that time, it was honestly at the end of that era when she kind of slipped in, because that was right off the cuff of City Girls.
Yeah.
Nobody was really rocking with that no more. Just Sexy Red was able to kind of come in and
Spark
make
it
it,
back up for a
make
moment.
it cool. But people are kind of still over that sound.
I think
Yeah.
she just ran out
the
of
light
music
bulb.
and she ran out of her momentum.
No, it's
and now they're
on.
trying to figure out
Oh, I thought it was
Pretty
off. My
much.
bad.
I see that's pretty much what's happening.
That's my fault.
I'm gonna say that.
But
this song right here
yeah,
is definitely
I think she just
clickbait,
ran out of
clickbait,
music
clickbait.
and she ran out of her
Tomato,
momentum, and now they're trying to
tomato,
figure out
trash,
what's next.
trash, pretty much.
Sorry
I
for
see
that,
that's
but
pretty much what's
hang it
happening.
up, brother.
I'm gonna say that this song
Forbes,
right
you
here
gotta
is
do better, 'cause
definitely
I talk about you
clickbait,
too much,
clickbait,
and I big you
clickbait.
up. I don't like
Tomato,
that one.
tomato,
I don't think you
tomato,
thought that was
trash,
cool.
trash, trash.
Or was that
Sorry
just
for
another
that,
throwaway to give them
but
something
hang it up,
to be
brother.
happy?
Maybe.
Yeah, Forbes, you got to do better, because I talk about you too much and I big you up. I don't like that one. I don't think you thought that one through.
Yeah, no.
Or was that just another throwaway to give them something to be happy?
Maybe, but while we talk about other music that's happening, we have to talk
Yeah,
about
that song was
Drake.
lit.
Drake!
And what's this boy name from
Central
UK?
C?
Central C. Him.
You know, the
Now
king
this
of
song was
streaming
cute.
releases.
When Dante played it, I had a little bop going.
Yeah, this
I
song
said,
was lit.
Okay, Drake, I see you. And then you got your little UK accent on, very much,
You know, the king of streaming releases.
Oh, don't start with that shit. Now, I was on a high. I was on a high about this man, and then here you come in with the foolishness. Now we not calling the man to go to streaming. Now, granted, this was a cute song, Drake. Let's not drag it. Dante, take it.
Accent in there. I ain't gonna lie, I like when Drake
You
goes
got to
you
drag
know,
it.
that vibe.
The song was actually dope, though. I like how he mixed in his little Canadian UK accent in there. I ain't gonna lie, I like when Drake go, that vibe.
Yeah,
It's cool. I always think like Drake has these different pockets that he can jump in and out of when he wants to,
Yeah.
and that's why I call him the GOAT. I don't care what nobody say.
GOAT.
Only the GOATs can kind of do that. You can go in and out of being different, and you ain't gotta always do the same rotation of stuff.
Yeah.
But that's because you also built a fan base and enough attention around yourself to where you have the luxury of doing so.
Yeah, this just takes me back to my statements in reference to the whole streaming thing of Drake going back to his core audience, which is probably some of the people that started with him, some people from his hometown.
It reminds me of Controller.
Yeah, I get that. So this is a good piggyback off of the Iceman truck thing and the streaming situation, and for him to go this sound is giving very Toronto, very true to where he's from, very islander, very mixed melting pot situation. So I'm here for it. I'm gonna say that this song is definitely a for the culture moment.
It's definitely for the culture moment. Now, another cultural moment that happened this weekend, and I gotta put my next boot on the ground again, because Beyonce, why the hell would you bring out Destiny's Children to Vegas instead of bringing them to Atlanta?
Not on my
You
day.
know Kelly Rowland her background is from Atlanta, not just Houston. You could have brought her to Atlanta.
Yeah, it would have been nice to see Destiny's Child here, but Atlanta got Jay-Z, so she like, I gave Atlanta.
Not on my day.
That you got to take it up with B. Got to take it up with B and the team. Now, I think that this was very cute. Love to see the girls link up because everybody looked good. Get into every single one of them because every single one of them are just
They
like
still
that
got it.
girl in their own right. So I love.
Now here's the question though. Here's the $1 million question. Everybody says it ain't a true reunion unless DC5, LaToya Luckett and Latavia, and even Fowler, the girl who only went home, one video. Unless they all are there.
I feel like that's a stretch. Like y'all doing too much. Take the Destiny Child that they gave y'all. To be honest, we know the other group members, but granted, do they deserve a slot on this tour? Not necessarily. Like we ain't fiending for them. Like, hey, we need LaToya and Latavia. That's that crack. No, it's not giving that. We was all right with the girls that we got, and we gonna hold it down. Shout out to everybody that was a part of Destiny's Children.
You gotta remember what kind of trauma.
Listen, I told one of my colleagues, I said, Beyonce let them go 30 years ago.
The idea of
And when I say let them go, I mean mentally let them go.
Yeah.
You got to remember what kind of trauma she went through after that. I think she's forgiven them, but the idea of going on tour with them, that's the furthest from her mind right now.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. before we get up out of this episode, while we talking about Destiny's Child, I just want to say that LaToya Luckett actually has a great
I definitely said that.
resume of music, and she was cheated out of her chance at being a star. I don't know what it was that did not work out
I
for her,
definitely said
but
that.
I was listening to a bunch of LaToya Luckett stuff, even things that I had never heard about 2 or 3 days ago. It was just playing on Alexa, and I'm like, what the hell, LaToya? You were supposed to have a better run than what you had because her music was great. So this is insane.
Want to hear another theory? And then we get out of here. Here's my theory when it came to LaToya Luckett. Now, as you know, we have the group. We have Beyonce, Michelle, and Kelly the Rowland. They all played their part. They all played their sound. They know what they brought to the group. They brought something. Now, the next best vocalist before Michelle got there was LaToya. LaToya could actually sing, but I think in the group collective, LaToya was better as that, being in the background, because her time was gonna come. Once they did break up, she would have had a better run.
Yeah.
I think she got too involved with Miss Latavia the Robinson.
With the beefs and
And
stuff.
the beef,
Choosing
and you
to
have that person, you know, that one person in your ear always complaining, blah, 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 like a little bird.
Yeah.
I think that became Latavia.
Played herself about
And
it.
LaToya played herself by getting involved in the drama when she should have played her part, because she was very talented enough to sustain a solo career, an acting career, and being in the group.
Yeah. Yeah. The unsung story of LaToya Luckett, baby. We need to hear about it.
LaToya, when you ready, we want to bring you onto the show, you know, interview. I do want to talk about divorced sisters because you playing the fuck out of that role. You always playing somebody preacher, wife, or daughter.
Yeah, you know,
I ain't
she's
gonna
really
lie.
good at that. I'm not gonna lie.
That's your little pocket.
It is. Now, this right here is definitely another cultural moment.
Episode of Culture Clickbait. I'm your girl, Daysha.
Bow.
Love you, boy,
Now,
Dante.
let's take us on out of here, Johnson.
Dante has
I guess I'm Johnson. Well, you guys, this has been another great episode of Culture Clickbait. I'm your girl, Daysha E.
And love your boy Dante.
And y'all already know what we do. Dante has Tourette's, but we take the hottest headlines in music, sports, and entertainment, and we say whether it's for the culture,
Or simply just for clicks.
bow,
Bow.
and we out.
Take us out of here.
We wear Chanel and do we stand.
That's not the word.